Good morning, and what a fine morning it is. We've had some lovely days, haven't we? So anyway, it looks like we're going to have another nice one. So sorry about the early start, but I have a breakfast meeting this morning, so I'm on one today. So if you're joining me live, then lovely, say hi, and I'll try and see you. I don't often see people popping up until the last minute, unfortunately, but if you're joining me on replay, give me a hashtag, but please share this video because this is out there for all the ladies and the women and the youngsters that are really wondering if they've actually got what they need to have, and are continuously self-judging themselves, all about sort of not being enough or whatever it is. Anyway, so when I put the quote up last night to advertise, coming live this morning, I wonder how many of you really thought about it and really took on board what I was going to talk about. And the reason why I'm saying that is because the early years of my personal development, this was probably one of the greatest aha moments that I had. It almost epiphany-like, because it wasn't just that I read it, but it was once I adopted it and took it in as an actual belief of mine and used it and ran with it as a manager, well, I wasn't a manager in those days in the NHS, but I was really struggling in my career as a mental health nurse of actually saying, am I enough to actually serve these people, serve these patients of mine who were really traumatized. So once I grasped this and took it into my personal life, oh my God, my business, my career life also changed because I was able to change other things. So I wonder how many of you actually gave this any second thought at all. Now, the quote, just as a reminder, is that there are no norms. We are all an exception to the rule that doesn't exist. Now, what the author was saying is if there are no norms, then there can't be any rules. So if there can't be any rules, then there's no norms. Does that make sense? Because it's just like, oh my God, how freeing is that? Now, we're all searching, aren't we, for that nirvana. We're all searching for that place where, we've got peace, tranquility, serenity, and nothing will ever hurt us and everything. We're in life. We can do that in meditation. We could do that when we go to retreats, absolutely. But we're in life. And what we want to do is become that resilience, have that resilience, which is at the core of knowing who we are and that we're okay. So for me, it's like you're searching for that rule. We're always looking for evidence to prove ourselves right. And sometimes we need it and oh my God, we get the response, don't we? So we bang our elbow, it bloody hurts. We would knock our knee. We don't do it again, do we? We go out of our way not to do it again because there is actual feedback. And yep, when you hurt yourself, you hurt yourself. But we're talking about the emotional. We're talking about the things that we can't see. We can only feel. And that actually is more powerful and more overwhelming than banging your elbow, because you can hold on to your elbow. So, what we're talking about is when we are sort of trying to judge somebody or something, what are we measuring it against? What is our benchmark? So when I'm saying this, it's like, say for instance, let me just think about this. So it's like, how many of us, and I do think a lot of us are absolutely guilty of this, and I don't like using guilty, but it's that sort of guilty with a little g. So it's like we use a hammer to crack a nut, don't we? Come on, if you think about it, consider for a minute, how often do you use the technique of a hammer to solve a problem? So there's a little problem comes up and you go, rah! And then after it's all over, you go, actually, I really wasn't needed and I've overreacted and now I've scared somebody, or, whatever. So think about, let's think about another example. So if you've got a headache, some of you will not rush off to the hospital, hopefully, saying, I have a brain tumour, and God forbid if you ever had, but you'd take a paracetamol, wouldn't you? You'd do a darkened room and close your eyes with a cold compress, or the lovely tiger balm on the temples. You'd do small things. You wouldn't go into overwhelm that actually the worst thing is about this headache is that I've got some traumatic illness. So it's very much like that. So when you have things in life that knock you, it's not that you're not enough. So it's like you don't want to go rubbishing yourself. It just is. It's just what it is. So my point is if there are no rules, okay, then you are forever going to be an exception. And the bit I like about an exception is in life, it means it's an oddity. I don't mind being an oddity. I live my life being an oddity. It's great fun. A quirk. Oh my God. Especially in England, anyone living abroad, I'm sorry, but in England, if you're British, you can be as quirky as you like because it's quintessentially British. So be an oddity, be a quirk. It's really freeing. So if you think about it, even think about the word exception to the rule. We are accepted. Now, if that doesn't give you and me a ticket to be exactly who we are and to absolutely embrace it, and anything that comes to us, it's like, well, I deal with it like this. So criticize me. It's fine. I'm a quirk. I'm an oddity. And I really do hope that this has been valuable, and have a bit of fun with it. Just play with it. Bring it into your life and see what difference it makes. It is amazing how Teflon coated you become when some things are sort of slung at you and you go, hey, we'll try again. And it's lovely. So don't blame yourself. There is no rule. There is no benchmark. All right. And the other reason why there's no benchmark is you might try something and it might not just quite hit the mark that you want it to hit. The next time you try it, it gets better. Oh, you've broken the exception to the rule. Oh my God, what happens to the rule? Hey, it's gone. It didn't bloody exist, ladies. It didn't exist. So I wish you lots of cracking nuts with your exceptions. Have a cracking day. Anyway, I'll see you on Friday.